Social engineering is the practice of using psychological manipulation and deception to trick individuals into divulging sensitive information or performing actions that are not in their best interest. It is a type of attack that targets the human element of security rather than technical vulnerabilities. Social engineering attacks can be used to obtain information, gain access to systems and networks, and commit fraud. Some common techniques used in social engineering attacks include phishing. Phishing is the practice of sending fraudulent emails or messages that appear to come from a legitimate source, such as a bank or a social media platform. The goal of phishing is to trick the recipient into divulging sensitive information, such as login credentials or credit card numbers. Spear phishing. Spear phishing is a more targeted form of phishing that involves researching the target's interests, affiliations, and relationships to craft a personalized message that is more likely to be successful. Pretexting. Pretexting is the practice of creating a false pretense or scenario to gain the trust of the target and obtain sensitive information or access to systems and networks. Baiting. Baiting is the practice of leaving physical or digital bait, such as a USB drive or a fake website, in a public place to entice individuals to pick it up or click on it. Once the bait is accessed, it can infect the system with malware or prompt the user to enter sensitive information. Impersonation. Impersonation is the practice of pretending to be someone else, such as a CEO or a customer support representative, to gain access to sensitive information or systems. To protect against social engineering attacks, organizations should educate their employees about the risks of divulging sensitive information and the importance of verifying requests for information or access. They should also implement strong access controls and use multi-factor authentication to prevent unauthorized access to systems and networks. Regular security awareness training and phishing simulations can also help employees recognize and avoid social engineering attacks. Smishing and vishing are two types of social engineering attacks that use different communication channels to target their victims. Smishing is a type of social engineering attack that uses text messages, SMS, or messaging apps, such as WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, to trick individuals into divulging sensitive information or downloading malicious software. The term smishing is a combination of SMS and phishing. Smishing attacks typically involve sending a text message that appears to come from a legitimate source, such as a bank or a delivery service, and prompts the recipient to click on a link or respond with sensitive information. Once the link is clicked or the information is provided, the attacker can use it to gain access to the victim's accounts or steal their identity. Vishing, on the other hand, is a type of social engineering attack that uses voice calls to trick individuals into divulging sensitive information or performing actions that are not in their best interest. The term vishing is a combination of voice and phishing. Vishing attacks typically involve a phone call from someone pretending to be a legitimate authority, such as a bank representative or a tech support agent, and asking the victim to provide sensitive information or perform a certain action, such as installing software or making a payment. Once the information is provided or the action is taken, the attacker can use it to gain access to the victim's accounts or steal their identity. Both smishing and vishing attacks rely on social engineering techniques to trick their victims and exploit their trust. To protect against these types of attacks, individuals should be cautious when responding to unsolicited messages or phone calls and verify the identity of the sender or caller before providing any sensitive information. Organizations should also implement security controls, such as multi-factor authentication and access controls, to prevent unauthorized access to systems and networks.